after that last step, we have a nearly completed mask. I would come in here and make sure that all of this is very flush and pressed, and put in a pin probably here and here to hold it all in place. The last thing that we're going to do is the bias tape straps. So, I think the videos that they give you on that website for the You Can Sew It people, they do a really good job of explaining bias tape and how to make it and everything. This is one of those projects where you don't actually have to use fabric on the bias or diagonal when you're cutting it. You can just cut straight across the fabric in nice, 2-inch pieces to make your 1/2-inch bias. It saves you a tremendous amount of fabric, but it won't have that stretch, but that's totally fine for this particular project. So definitely save yourself the fabric. I have some pre-made here that my mom gave me tonight. So it's going to measure about, 1/2 inches when you look at it, and you can open it up into 2 1/2-inch pieces, kind of V-shaped here. What you're going to want to do is cut it 36 inches, and then cut another 36 inches for the other side. You're going to want to place it so that there's 16 inches above, 16 inches below, and 4 inches sandwiching what's left. So how we apply this is kind of hard to do one-handed, is we just sandwich it. So you're just going to want to like wrap it around and get it nice and in that corner of the seam so that it's nice and flat on the outside, and your bias tape is wrapping around from front to back. So hold on a second for that. Okay, so now half of the bias tape is on the top, half is wrapped around the bottom. We have the nice little crease right here. Do the same with the other side. Then you're going to want to pin them in place. I would probably do like 1, 2, 3 pins. And this is pretty much where I'm going to stop actually sewing, because I don't want to waste bias tape at a time when it's really impossible to find and kind of miserable to make. I think that's why everyone's been using elastic. So what you're going to want to do, in the video she said that she made a mistake by not, like she would have said she would have zipped down the bias tape first, but then you have to leave a weird gap. So I don't think that that makes any sense. So what I would do then, once I have it pinned, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and it's all lined up and pretty, I would take it over the sewing machine. I would situate it so that the needle falls pretty close to the edge if I could, but that's honestly not that important. You can either sew straight down the middle or towards the edge, whatever you like for finishing. I would again start to sew, backtrack, sew down, backtrack, sew down, and be done with that part. Do the same over there. And then, starting at the edge of your bias tape over there, you're going to want to sew zoop all the way down the length of it, through the mask again. And then over here, zoop all the way down and through the mask again. If you want to make sure they don't unravel in the wash, when you're at the tips of the bias, also do, forward, back, forward, and be done. And that should have like a nice reinforced mask. If you really want to like fine tune it and all sorts of stuff, you can do a real dainty top stitch, right up here by the edge to really like make this nice and firm. And down here, oh no, wait, not down here, never down here. So what that will end up giving you is this part will open. That's why we don't want to do it down there. This is where they will put their filter. Okay. And then up through this little hole is where they will put the nose, or the bridge of the nose piece here. And that will bend and allow it to, really fit to the face. And the pleats allow it to, let me see if I can kind of show you, expand through the middle where your nose and your mouth is, while still being, kind of pleated here at the edge. It allows for a better fit on the face. And that is the mask. So hopefully that answers all your questions, but if not, you know where I live. Good times, ladies. And I just want to say, Amber, you're awesome, man. Like, I know if no other kids, especially your age, who care this much about other people on such a regular basis. You're an awesome kid. So go forth, make masks, and hopefully we can be doing this together even if we're doing it across the street. So carry on. Bye.